Gurmagh, I think none of us is particularly happy about this legislation, save for the fact that it actually does an important thing. But unfortunately, the government is faced with Hobson's choice here. Something has to be done, and the consequences of doing that means that certain people are going to lose out. And to say that I'm very, very uncomfortable with the discrimination that has been mentioned is an understatement. I am very uncomfortable with it. I don't like it. And when I have less of a problem, for example, if there were people who chose not to have a vaccine, or for example, but people who haven't had a chance yet to have a vaccine, for them to be part of a group that doesn't get to experience something, I think is unfortunate in the extreme, and it's not something I want for a moment to suggest I'm happy about. At the same time, everybody here will have received emails from restaurant owners, from bar owners, from small business owners throughout this country who are on their knees and who need the support of the state, and they need to get back to business. Now, we have already taken huge steps forward in that regard to help people with the outdoor dining scheme, and I think that's worked really, really well. But we also need to move forward in another area. And we need to put in place regulations that is going to facilitate the return to business where possible for those people. And the where possible bit is a bit, of course, we probably don't agree on. I heard other speakers earlier referring to how this is going to be policed. And I think actually that is a red herring. I'm much more concerned about the disadvantage or the discrimination against certain groups. The policing I'm less worried about. I know it doesn't suit business owners. I accept that. But it is already the case if you have a restaurant, for example, that you have to police certain aspects. If you are operating under a liquor licence, you have to police certain aspects of it. That is in the same vein of that policing. I am less concerned about the staffing of that policing, because in the same way that when you arrive at a restaurant, you're seated at your table, that is the point at which the policing, Maria, takes place. And there's an opportunity for that person who's admitting the party to the restaurant to ascertain the status of that person in a relatively straightforward way, and I think the systems there are tremendously important. But what I would say on the whole in relation to this legislation is it's not ideal. We're not happy about it, and I've heard other people say how unhappy they are with it as well. But it is a step forward, and it is a necessary evil, and the government is in an invidious position, and they're doing their best. And I believe this is the most workable solution to getting as many people as possible back to work and back into a functional economy.